Now on CoastTV News.
Weed rule redo. After a back and forth at the state level, what Sussex County is considering today when it comes to marijuana regulations.
Countdown to 250, less than a year away from America's big birthday, how one Delmarva town is planning to celebrate next year.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. Mild start to our day in the 60s, tracking even warmer temperatures over the next 7 days and when rain and storms roll in.
Running on the Ravens.
David Montgomery is in for the touchdown.
The big offensive output by Detroit that sends the Ravens to their second loss of the season.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us for our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, probably not the greatest investment of time if you're a Ravens fan who is also now watching us just a couple hours after that.
Yes, and we work with quite a few Ravens fans. Our news director is a Lions fan, so he's going to be happy today.
It'll be interesting office conversations later today.
Very interesting, but all right, we're going to switch from football now to weather. It's not really feeling like fall outside, Chris. It's officially fall this morning.
That's right. Good morning, Elisa and Matt, and good morning to you, Delmarva. Not going to feel much like fall, really, for today and really the coming days, really over the next 2 to 3 days as we take a live look into Ocean City right now. 69 degrees there. Winds have shifted out of the southwest, so we're seeing more of that southwesterly flow. Visibility not an issue. Could see some patchy fog through the next few hours, but you can see temperatures right now holding at 64, Milton 62, Bridgeville 62, Laurel 62, in Salisbury to 67. Bethany Beach, we're running about 8 to 11 degrees warmer than just this time yesterday when we were in the low to mid 50s. You can see winds are pretty calm at this hour, but that return flow out of the southwest, that warm front that has lifted through the area and brought in that warmer, milder air. You could see this boundary off towards the Ohio Valley, western Pennsylvania. Showers and storms, expecting most of the shower and storm activity to remain to our west for today. And yes, feeling more like summer over the next few days. We do have a cold front that's going to be approaching late tomorrow night, and that's really going to kick off an unsettled stretch of weather really from tomorrow night through maybe even as late as early Saturday morning. So probably an extended stretch of weather there of unsettled conditions. Today we begin in the lower 60s to about 77 by around 11 o'clock this morning. We will see mostly sunny skies through the afternoon and temperatures getting into the low to mid 80s. We'll talk about even warmer air in the days ahead, and we'll track those storm chances coming up in the full 7-day forecast. Matt.
All right, thank you, Chris. Our top story this hour, today Sussex County Council is discussing and could possibly introduce an ordinance related to marijuana establishments.
This comes 2 weeks after CoastTV was told Governor Matt Meyer's office reached out to the Sussex County Council to possibly make a change to current regulations on zoning marijuana stores.
Right now, all marijuana stores in Sussex County must be 3 miles away from schools and churches. A vetoed bill called for that to go down to 500 feet.
And on your screen now are the 4 retail dispensaries in Sussex County. The Frankfort location is the only store within town limits. The Lewis, Rehoboth, and Georgetown stores are all outside of town or city limits.
I like the restrictions they have on it so that like high schoolers or middle schoolers can't easily walk to the dispensaries.
And this is one of a number of items on today's council agenda, and that meeting is scheduled to start at noon.
Also at that meeting, the County Council is set to review a plan that aims to add more homes to a Millsboro area manufactured park. This is 4 crossings at Oak Orchard LLC. Developers are seeking approval for 2 additional lots inside the Riverwinds manufactured home park. According to county documents, it affects less than half an acre of land within the 35-acre community.
New this morning, more preparation across Sussex County to celebrate America's 250th birthday. Happening today, the town's America 250 committee will discuss the group's mission and elect new officers, including a chairperson and secretary, and this is scheduled for 3 p.m. at Town Hall in Georgetown.
And this comes as Lewis is also developing plans for the big celebration. According to the city's website, the first town in the first state has several events planned for July 4th, 2026. The activities will focus on how the American Revolution continues to have an impact on development of Lewis.
Right now, applications are open to honor the milestone with a new license plate. You can see that design right here on your screen. Governor Matt Meyer signed a bill creating a special tag to celebrate 250 years of American independence. Firework design will cost $50, with part of that money funding celebration events.
Happening now in Rehoboth Beach, fire trucks and equipment are on display until Thursday, September 25th. This is a part of the Delaware Volunteer Firefighters Association and Auxiliaries holding their annual conference. According to organizers, fire service leaders from across Delaware will conduct business, honor distinguished service, and celebrate accomplishments from the past year. Organizers say that today's schedule of events includes a memorial service to honor fallen firefighters at 8:30 at the Convention Center. The Lower Sugarloaf fire in Washington state continues to grow, prompting evacuation orders in Chelan County. The fire exploded in size over the weekend. It's now closed to 29,000 acres and only 22% contained. Fire officials say lightning caused the fire to spark on September 1st.
Last night in Baltimore, the Ravens were gashed by Lion running back David Montgomery. He rushed for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ravens lose 38-30. They fall to 1-2 on the season. We'll have more on this game later on Coast TV News Today.
Happening today in Lewis, discussion and possible action on biking in the city. According to the agenda, the Bicycle and Pedestrian Committee will gather to review crosswalks and lighting in the city. There is also set to be an update on a grant submission for the Delaware Bicycle Council. That group will gather tonight at 5:30 at City Hall.
Watch your water use in Greenwood. Town says construction will require service shutoff from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. This includes the areas of East Market Street, Sea Chase Apartments, Cart Branch Circle, and Duck Creek Street. Its estimated service will get restored by 4 p.m. The town says if you notice discoloration, run your cold water for 10 to 15 minutes until it clears up.
We are now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. President Trump making a controversial announcement linking acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, with an increased risk of autism in children whose mothers take it during pregnancy.
However, the maker of Tylenol, medical experts, and researchers say the medication is safe.
NBC's Alice Barr shows us the fallout from these new statements.
For this reason, they are...
In a White House briefing flanked by his top health officials, President Trump forcefully opposing a widely used medication during pregnancy.
If you're pregnant, don't take Tylenol.
Announcing the FDA will start telling doctors that acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, can increase the risk of autism, though decades of research have determined it's safe.
Study after study has actually shown that there's no causal link with Tylenol and pregnancy and autism.
The FDA commissioner referencing an analysis from New York's Mount Sinai of more than 45 studies, with some finding acetaminophen during pregnancy may be linked to a higher risk of autism, but urging further study. Many other large-scale studies, including one published last year in the Journal of the American Medical Association that included sibling comparisons, found no link.
Gold standard research, 25 years, 2.5 million kids, no association.
And while President Trump argued there was no downside to avoiding Tylenol in pregnancy aside from pain,
You feel you can't tough it out?
the company that makes Tylenol, which refutes any link to autism, noted that avoiding the drug could mean pregnant women, quote, suffer through conditions like fever that are potentially harmful to both mom and baby, or use riskier alternatives. Some parents of children with autism voicing frustration.
I never used acetaminophen during my pregnancy with my son. It was actually a very painless pregnancy. He was never given it in his childhood or his infancy.
While acknowledging the desire for answers, as expectant parents are left with more questions. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And we're just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, Making Music History. We'll tell you about the return of the Salisbury University Band after a decades-long hiatus.
Also, plan for memorials finalized. We'll tell you the next steps after a decision from the Georgetown Council on Monday.
And Cambridge caters to locals, how the city manager is changing his schedule to make himself more available for people in the city. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva, as we take a live look into Salisbury. It is a mild start to our day here, 62 degrees, winds are pretty calm. Fog, not really a big issue this morning. Could see some patchy fog in some lower lying areas. We're at 60, Delmar, 62, Laurel, 61 in Longneck to 67, Bethany Beach. Well, most of the last, I'll tell you what, 12 days have been well below average. We saw a few above average days there on the 14th, 82, and we had that 90 stuck out like a sore thumb there on Friday. But overall, we're going to be trending above average here over the next few days. We have showers and storms well back off to the west, expecting a pretty dry day ahead with plenty of sunshine through the morning and afternoon. Looking really good for your run here through the morning and into the afternoon as temperatures get up, well, into the upper 70s to lower 80s. Across the coast today, 83 in Rehoboth, 83 to Lewis, 77 Ocean City. High risk of rip currents continues today. We'll talk more about that and the storms chances down the road coming up in that full 7-day forecast. Matt.
Okay, Chris. The Maryland Transportation Authority is responding to a wave of public concern and photos suggesting part of the westbound Chesapeake Bay Bridge is unsafe. MDTA says routine inspections are conducted regularly, and despite the recent comments, both spans of the bridge are safe for travel.
A 29-year-old is facing charges after Delaware State Police say he was arrested in relation to 2 knife-point robberies in Milford. On your screen now is where police say that robbery happened. That's the Valero store stop on Bay Road. Police say on September 19th, Terrell Boyce went into the store, waved a knife around, and demanded that the clerk open the cash registers before stealing an undisclosed amount of money and running away.
New this morning, Cambridge City Manager Glenn Steckman is announcing office hours on Saturday, September 27th at City Hall, and he says his availability is from 9 a.m. to noon. You can either stop by or email him to make an appointment. Glenn says he is looking to make Saturday office hours a monthly occasion for people unable to get to City Hall during the week.
Chipmaker, NVIDIA, and OpenAI are announcing a partnership between 2 of the highest profile leaders in AI. NVIDIA is planning to invest up to $100 billion in OpenAI and will deploy at least 10 gigawatts of NVIDIA chips to their infrastructure. The partnership will be finalized in the next few weeks. The first phase is targeted to come online in late 2026.
Spirit Airlines plans to furlough a third of its flight attendants as it looks to cut costs, and that would amount to about 1,800 employees. Budget Airline is seeking to cut back after filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy for the second time in less than a year. It's also looking to slash $100 million in annual spending on pilots.
Waking up to temperatures in the low to mid 60s this Tuesday morning. Well, I'll tell you what, over the next few days, it's going to be feeling more like summer. Warmth, humidity, and thunderstorm chances. We'll break it all down in my full 7-day forecast right after the break.
Time is 5:17, and we're getting a live look at the bright lights of Salisbury. First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono is back with us, and for a number of us, Chris, air conditioning is back on today.
Yeah, you know, I'll tell you what, astronomical fall began yesterday, and this week is trending more like, say, a week in August with temperatures in the 80s and humidity on the rise as well. Look at temperatures, a good 8 degrees higher than where we were at 24 hours ago, 11 degrees warmer there in Cambridge and Ocean City, 67 in Bethany Beach, we're at 62 in Longneck, 63 Bridgeville to 60 in Delmar. Wind's pretty calm. Warm front has pushed through the area, so the wind has now shifted more out of the southwest, and that's going to allow for more humidity to really begin to creep in. Humidity levels not too bad this morning, but as we go into the days ahead, you can see we're in that humid to very humid range as we go into Thursday, and that's all ahead of a front that's going to be bringing some storm chances later on in the week. We're pretty quiet right now. High pressure sliding off to our southeast. We have a weak front back off to the west producing scattered showers and storms through the Appalachians. That energy is going to slowly push to the east, but I think not really going to affect us tonight. You can see as we go into late Wednesday, our chances begin to increase, but really Thursday night into Friday is really going to be kind of our prime time time frame for the threat of showers and storms. So we're mostly sunny through the afternoon today. Highs generally in the lower to mid 80s. Now the Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk. Northern portions of the midshore through Kent County, right along I-95, could see a brief isolated storm there late this afternoon through the evening. But you see Futurecast here keeps most of Sussex County and the coast dry through the day today. Could see an isolated shower later on this afternoon through the evening, but I think we're primarily dry, partly cloudy overnight. A warm and muggy Wednesday with a mix of sun and clouds, highs reaching the mid 80s. That front gets closer late Wednesday, could see a late shower, but again, most of the day is dry. It's not until late Wednesday into Thursday, early Thursday morning, we could see a round of some scattered showers and storms. And by Thursday afternoon, look at this, mid to potentially maybe even some upper 80s. There's that energy early, late Wednesday into early Thursday, the front back off to the west. And then we really warm up into Thursday ahead of more energy that'll be pushing in Thursday afternoon through Thursday night. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk of some isolated severe storms into Thursday evening. Those could produce some damaging winds, and then there's those storms pushing in Thursday night, could stall out as that front stalls out. So Friday, a rather dreary day, gloomy with some scattered showers. The question is, do those showers clear out in time for the weekend? Here is powerful Hurricane Gabrielle, a Category 4 hurricane. You see that vivid eye, and this storm will continue to push further out into the Atlantic. But you can see the National Hurricane Center is monitoring these two areas for potential development over the next 6 to 7 days. So we keep the showers and storms threat in play Wednesday night, Thursday night, and then really Thursday night through Friday is when we could see some moderate to heavier rainfall. Could see a few lingering showers in early Saturday. Then we dry out the second half of the weekend with a temperature of 80 degrees. Matt.
All right, thank you, Chris. Viewers will remember memorials damaged at the Georgetown Circle about a year ago, and now there's an official plan to move them.
Last night, the Georgetown Town Council approved recommendations set by the Circle Advisory Committee, and CoastTV photojournalist Matt Hipsman shows us the significance of the memorials to people in Georgetown.
We're happy for the work we did, but I'm also happy for the officers' families, Officer Gregg and Officer Spicer's family, that the monuments will get to remain on the circles.
I can tell you right now, if Harvey and Chad were alive or could speak to me, they would tell me right now that that's where they want to be. But I understand it's emotional. I understand they want it to be here where it's represented for the town of Georgetown. So this is the right thing to do. Do it for the family, do it for the best of the community.
They've been moved, so again, they're not in direct travel. They've been moved over by the Raids flower beds. But also, as you're looking at it and reading it, you have the fountain in the background, which is a beautiful thing. So you're looking at the monument and you get to see the fountain at the same time, and they're protected. And they're still there, which what the family was really hoping for. So I think it was a win-win for the town, and I think it was a win-win for the family and the community.
I'm happy that we're giving them where they're supposed to be in the circle. One thing you never forget, we're all humans. We all want to go home to our families at night.
Up next, Making Music History will tell you what organizers are encouraging students to participate in the Salisbury University Band after decades a long hiatus. Don't go anywhere. Salisbury University is making a musical milestone with its first marching band in over 40 years. Salisbury's marching band takes the field for the first time since 1982. With help from the university, the marching band is now a one-credit course at SU. 55 members make up the band, color guard, and dance teams. The director of bands at SU encourages all students to participate in the marching band.
Most of our ensemble are non-music majors who are not studying music. So being a member of the marching band, allows them to learn valuable lessons regarding teamwork and accountability and discipline, and it will help them in their own careers regardless of what they're studying.
And we can see the SU marching band in their brand new uniforms at the first home football game on October 4th at the Seagull Stadium in Salisbury.
Can't wait for that. Looking forward to it. Fall, hey, it's not just for football, it's for, as we saw, the Marching Band 2, and the Delmarva Sports Network is covering 6 marching band competitions featuring over a dozen schools from across the peninsula. These competitions will stream exclusively on DSM+, and the next one is scheduled for this Saturday, September 27th.
Well, it is officially fall, but it is warm outside. I think people are feeling confused. I saw people at the pool yesterday.
Really?
I did, yes.
You know, I think they have a right to be confused because,
I think so.
Chris, fall, it might be officially fall, but come on, this is a summer-like feel we have.
Yeah, in fact, it's going to be getting warmer in the days ahead. We're forecasting highs in the mid-80s and humidity levels beginning to rise as well. Taking a live look into Ocean City, 69 degrees there. Pretty calm and pleasant start to our Tuesday. We have a high risk of rip currents. Keep that in mind. Still seeing swells up to 3 to 4 feet. Partly cloudy skies to start. Mostly sunny this afternoon. Highs reaching the upper 70s across Ocean City, Fenwick Island, Lewis. Lower 80s through the afternoon, as well as Rehoboth under mostly sunny skies as we make our way over to the Bay. Cambridge beginning with sunshine right around the lower 80s this afternoon. A little cooler there in Crisfield with that wind coming off the bay. Highs in the mid to upper 70s. We have Raymond Prebolowski of Lewis, Delaware. You're the winner of our Paul Davis weather umbrella. And you can get your latest forecast by dialing the First Alert weather phone, sponsored by Broxton and Dallas Federico. We'll talk about shower and storm chances, though, mid to late week coming up in the next half hour. Elisa.
Thank you, Chris. And after the break on Coast TV News today, firefighters gather for annual meeting. We'll tell you what to expect as first responders from across Delaware head to Rehoboth Beach.
Also, Maryland rebate rollout. What was announced on Monday for energy bills, and our Republicans in the General Assembly say it does not address the root cause of the issue.
And weighing weed rules, we'll tell you what Sussex County will review about the drug today after Delaware Governor Meyer reached out to leaders only 2 weeks ago.
Now on Coast TV News.
Re-examining zoning rules. Why the Sussex County Council could tweak recently adopted regulations on recreational marijuana.
Rebate debate. Maryland announces its plans to deal with high energy bills. How much will households receive in upcoming weeks?
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. Mild start to our day in the 60s, tracking even warmer temperatures over the next 7 days and when rain and storms roll in.
Celebrating 250. How Sussex County communities are starting to ramp up plans for America's birthday next year.
This is Coast TV News Today.
September 23rd, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
5:30 a.m. and Elisa, I had to go back to the air conditioning.
Yeah,
I think more evidence that September is a summer month.
I do think this is supporting your claim, even though technically it is fall.
I know.
But I said people were at the pool where I live yesterday. It closes this weekend, so I think they're happy with Chris's forecast because they want to
I am not complaining about Chris's forecast.
Beach time that they can, Chris.
Oh, I tell you what, my apartment complex, they closed their pool like Labor Day. Labor Day. They should have contacted me before they made that decision. Dover coming in pretty calm out there. Temperatures around 65 degrees. Winds are pretty calm. And it's not too bad of a start to our day here on the peninsula. Visibility not an issue this morning. Temperatures are holding at 67 in Rehoboth, 62 Long Neck, 63 Georgetown to 64 in Seaford. And in fact, we're running a good 8 to 13 degrees warmer than just this time yesterday. We were in the lower to mid 50s. Winds are pretty calm, but that wind flow has now shifted more out of the south-southwest, so that's opening the door for more warmth and humidity to come in as this high pressure system slides off to our southeast. You can see scattered showers and storms back off to our west, and they're going to stay pretty far to our west, I think, today. Where are the fall-like temperatures? Well, we're going to be in the mid-80s over the next 3 days as humidity levels rise. Unsettled weather, really, from Wednesday through early Saturday morning. We could even see a brief period of some severe storms late Thursday afternoon. And we're watching the tropics. Gabrielle, powerful Category 4 hurricane, that's going to stay out to sea, but there's two other areas behind it that the National Hurricane Center is keeping a close eye on. Temperatures today, upper 70s to lower 80s, a beautiful afternoon along the coast. More of a southwest wind today, 83 Lewis to 80 in Dewey Beach, with that high risk of rip currents continuing. Coming up, we'll talk more about the storm threat later on in the week. Coming up in my full forecast. Matt.
All right, looking forward to that. Thank you, Chris. And our top story this half hour, Sussex County Council today discussing, possibly introducing an ordinance related to marijuana establishments.
This comes 2 weeks after CoastTV was told Governor Matt Meyer's office reached out to the Sussex County Council to possibly make a change to the current regulations on zoning marijuana stores.
Right now, all marijuana stores in Sussex County must be 3 miles away from schools and churches. A vetoed bill called for that to go down to 500 feet.
And on your screen now are the 4 retail dispensaries in Sussex County. The Frankfort location is the only store within town limits. The Lewis, Rehoboth, and Georgetown stores are all outside of town or city limits. And that is one of a number of items on today's agenda. According to the agenda, a proposed solar project is under review in Sussex County. According to the agenda, organizers with Hastings Community Energy Initiative are seeking a conditional land use ordinance to allow for a solar facility. That structure would take up at least 33 acres and be located south of Seaford on Normandy Lane.
Also at that meeting, the County Council set to review a plan that aims to add more homes to a Millsboro area manufactured park. This is what Crossings at Oak Orchard LLC is asking. Developers are seeking approval for 2 additional lots inside the Riverwinds manufactured home park. According to county documents, it affects less than a half acre of land within that 35-acre community. Sussex County Council meets today at noon.
Developing news this morning, ABC is announcing that production of the Late Night Show with Jimmy Kimmel will resume today. The network suspended the show after the chair of the Federal Communications Commission, Brendan Carr, threatened to revoke ABC affiliate licenses after Kimmel's comments following the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. In a statement, the Walt Disney Company, which owns ABC, says that after several days of conversations with show host Jimmy Kimmel, they reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday.
Maryland's response to high energy bills, rebates, and that was announced by Governor Westmore on Monday. It is in the form of $200 million in direct rebates through the state's Strategic Energy Investment Fund. According to Democratic State Senator Bill Ferguson, every Maryland household will receive 2 bill credits, each rebate averaging about $40 per utility bill. House Minority Whip Republican Jesse Pippy said the state's green energy policies are a big reason for the higher electric bills.
Happening today, more preparation across Sussex County to celebrate America's 250th birthday. Happening today, the town's America 250 Committee will discuss the group's mission and elect new officers, including a chairperson and secretary. This is scheduled for 3 p.m. at the town hall.
Now in Rehoboth Beach, we got fire trucks and equipment on display until Thursday, September 25th. It's part of the Delaware Volunteer Firefighters Association and Auxiliaries annual conference. According to organizers, fire service leaders from across Delaware will conduct business, honor distinguished service, and celebrate accomplishments from the past year. And they say that today's schedule of events includes a memorial service to honor fallen firefighters. That's at 8:30 at the Convention Center.
New this morning in Lewis, discussion and possible action on biking in the city. According to the agenda, the Bicycle and Pedestrian Committee will gather to review crosswalks and lighting in the city. There is also set to be an update on a grant submission for the Delaware Bicycle Council. The group will gather tonight at 5:30 at City Hall.
Now taking a live look at the White House in Washington, D.C. You see somebody's up there on the lower part of your screen because that light is on. President Donald Trump is set to speak at the 80th United Nations General Assembly. That's this morning in New York.
Also, 200 world leaders or national representatives are in the U.S. today for the conference. Trump is set to meet with Ukrainian president today.
But his efforts around Gaza don't seem to be enough for many UN members. Amy Kiley shows us how Trump factors into their push for Palestinian statehood.
President Donald Trump is in New York to address the UN General Assembly. The White House says he'll tout U.S. strength and what he considers his personal accomplishments.
He will articulate his straightforward and constructive vision for the world.
Many are waiting to hear what, if anything, Trump says about Gaza. Roughly 80% of UN members now back Palestinian statehood after several recognized it this week.
We need to give the Palestinians hope for the future and also make sure that the Israelis can live in peace.
What we saw here at the UN, it's actually supporting Hamas It doesn't support ending of the war.
Recognizing a Palestinian state is largely symbolic without the U.S., and the Trump administration is not pushing for that statehood. In fact, it's barring Palestinian leaders from the General Assembly by denying them visas.
I call upon Israel to immediately sit on the negotiating table, to put an end to this bloodshed.
The State Department rejects a recent UN conference on a two-state solution. As for Trump himself, here he is in July, deferring to the Israeli Prime Minister on the topic.
I don't know. I'd ask Bibi that question. You have the greatest man in the world to answer that age-old question, two-state.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
President Trump making a controversial announcement linking acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, with an increased risk of autism in children whose mothers take it during pregnancy. The FDA commissioner referencing an analysis from New York's Mount Sinai of more than 45 studies, with some finding acetaminophen during pregnancy may be linked to a higher risk of autism, but urging further study. Many other large-scale studies, including one published last year in the Journal of the American Medical Association that included sibling comparisons, found no link.
Study after study has actually shown that there's no causal link with Tylenol and pregnancy and autism.
The company that makes Tylenol, which refutes any link to autism, noted that avoiding the drug could mean pregnant women, quote, suffer through conditions like fever that are potentially harmful to both mom and baby, or use higher, riskier alternatives.
And we got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, STEM improvement for students. Will tell you how Delaware State University is helping increase learning on campus.
Also, Lion on the loose, how David Montgomery racked up big yards against the Ravens defense, leading his team to a win in Baltimore. Stay with us on CoastTV News today.
Well, I hope this Tuesday morning is treating you well. Temperatures are starting off in the lower to mid 60s across much of Delmarva. As we take a live look into Salisbury, 61 degrees there, pretty calm, tranquil start to our day. We're at 64 Milford, 65 in Seaford, 62 Longneck, 64 Ocean Pines, and 67 in Rehoboth Beach. Well, in general, we've been below average over the last 5 days. We spiked there on Friday, and going forward here, we're going to be above average over the next 3. High pressure to our southeast is opening the door for the return flow of humidity and warmth over the next few days. 82 to 85 across much of Delmarva today, with mostly sunny skies. An absolutely gorgeous afternoon coming up. We will talk about more unsettled weather rolling in mid to late week. We'll break down the storm chances coming up. My full forecast here in a few minutes.
An invasive pest has now been found in northern Delaware. The Delaware Department of Agriculture says the box tree moth was detected during routine inspections in Newcastle County, and the agency says it was found in Kent County last year. According to the DDA, the moth can kill boxwood shrubs, and its caterpillars are able to strip leaves, even damage bark.
Happening today, the University of Delaware and Delaware Sea Grant are hosting a crab pot removal and volunteer training event. It's happening from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Warwick Park in Millsboro, stretching into the Indian River and Pepper Creek. Boaters and volunteers are learning how to use sonar to locate abandoned pots, safely retrieve them, and record data. Participants who continue the effort on their own and remove 10 or more crab pots by March 2026 can earn a thank you gift card.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Happy Thursday, sports fans. The Ravens and Lions battled on Monday Night Football last night. Let's get to the highlights. First quarter, no score yet. Jahmyr Gibbs takes the handoff up the middle for the 1-yard touchdown. Lions up 7-0. Later in the first quarter, Ravens trailing. Derrick Henry on the handoff finds an opening for the 28-yard touchdown. Game is tied at 7. 27 seconds left in the second quarter. Ravens down a touchdown. Lamar Jackson throws to Rashad Bateman in the end zone for the 3-yard touchdown. Game is all tied up. Third quarter, same score. Jackson connects with Mark Andrews, who lays out for the 14-yard score. Ravens up 1 touchdown. Later in the third, Lions down 7 points. Goff finds St. Brown down the side for the 18-yard score. Game tied at 21 apiece. into the fourth quarter. On the trick play, St. Brown gets the handoff and pitches it to Gibbs for the 4-yard tutty. Gibbs finished the day with 2 touchdowns, and still in the fourth quarter, David Montgomery finds a hole and runs it in for the 31-yard touchdown, clinching the Lions' 38-30 win. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, Delmarva.
And coming up tonight on DSN at 5, we got a big one here. This is huge. The high school field hockey rivalry in Delaware resumes. We have a live broadcast between Cape and Delmar, and then catch the final score at 10:30. On DSN Plus, along with that big field hockey matchup, here's your exclusives. At 5, you can watch Decatur hosting Pocomoke in girls volleyball. 5:30, Easton takes on North Dorchester in girls soccer. Sussex Academy field hockey hosting Smyrna, and Cape visits Indian River in boys soccer.
Production on the latest Spider-Man movie takes a pause, and Keanu Reeves plays a struggling guardian angel. Here's Rick Damangelo with today's Hollywood Minute.
Tom Holland takes a break from web slinging. A source tells CNN the actor suffered a mild concussion while shooting Spider-Man Brand New Day. Holland was not hospitalized, but he stepped away from production. The star is expected to resume work on his 4th Spider-Man film in a few days.
Can you keep a secret? I'm an angel. See the wings?
Keanu Reeves guides lost souls. This is a look at the upcoming comedy Good Fortune, which sees Reeves meddling with the lives of 2 Earthlings, played by Seth Rogen and Aziz Ansari. Good Fortune comes to theaters on October 17th.
Why do you want to be a Marine, Cameron? For freedom.
Boot Camp gets new recruits. Boots is a new series capturing the intense world of the U.S. Marine Corps. See how the rookies fare when the coming-of-age comedy lands on Netflix on October 9th. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damangelo.
We are once again gearing up for the Bless Our Children campaign. Every year, Draper Media works to make the holiday season brighter for children on Delmarva. The money raised goes to charitable groups who then buy Christmas presents. And right now, we are accepting funding applications from those nonprofits through October 1st. You can find a link at blessourchildren.org.
If you're having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up right now for free at coasttv.com and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
Well, you may have to go the iced pumpkin spice latte today, and in the days ahead, we are tracking temperatures, well, getting into the mid-80s through the afternoon. Talking about more humidity in the days ahead, plus the threat of showers and storms. I'll break down the latest timing for that unsettled weather coming up right after the break.
The time is now 5:49, and we are taking a live look outside at Ocean City this morning. And Chris, the boardwalk in Ocean City might be a busy place this week. As you've been mentioning, it's fall, but the temperature is not fall-like at all.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we're going to see some summer-like temperatures over the next few days, and a gorgeous afternoon when they're mostly sunny skies. Look at the temperatures, about 13 degrees warmer in Cambridge than this time yesterday, 11 degrees warmer in Ocean City. We're currently at 69 Ocean City, 63 Georgetown, 64 Milford is 67 in Lewis. Winds are pretty calm, but we've seen that wind direction change more out of the south-southwest, and that's going to allow for more humidity to begin creeping in at least through Wednesday and Thursday, and then we'll see a little bit of drop off as we go into late Friday. So we're dry. You see showers and storms back off through the Appalachians, through western Pennsylvania and New York. High pressure keeping these storms back to the west for now. We may see an isolated storm western portion of the peninsula late today, but the best chance of rain really comes Wednesday night through Thursday night into Friday. That is really going to be the core time frame of the shower and storm threat across the area. Partly cloudy skies to start, mostly sunny this afternoon, with highs reaching the lower to mid 80s, 83 Milford to 84 Georgetown, 80 Easton, 79 Cambridge with that wind coming off the bay, 80 Princess Anne to 83 in Berlin. Now the Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk northern portions of the portions of the eastern shore there, as well as through Kent County. Could see a brief isolated storm, but most of the area stays dry through the evening and overnight. Partly cloudy, a warm and muggy Wednesday under a mix of sun and clouds, 85. Then the front approaches late Wednesday, could spark a brief shower or storm, again, primarily across the mid-shore and northern portions of Delmarva, but I think some showers and storms will creep in at least early part of Thursday. Then by Thursday afternoon, you can see after maybe a few morning showers Thursday, we warm up big time, mid to upper 80s ahead of the front humidity. And then as we go into late Thursday through Thursday evening, the Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk. Could see an isolated severe storm there. Primary threat would be a damaging wind gust in excess of 60 miles an hour. So once the severe threat ends, we'll kind of transition into just a rain threat late Thursday through Friday, and that front will then sink southward and stall over the area. The question is, how quickly can we get the rain out into the weekend? We could start the weekend a bit on the dreary side. Well, Hurricane Gabrielle, a monster hurricane, Category 4, 140-mile-an-hour sustained winds. The good news for this storm is it is going to stay out to sea, but the National Hurricane Center is monitoring these two other areas for potential development over the next 7 days. We're at 86 into Thursday with the late shower and storm threat. Could see an isolated severe storm there. We stay dreary and kind of damp into Friday with periods of rain. Could see an early morning shower Saturday. Otherwise, we dry out for the rest of the weekend with highs around 80 degrees. Matt.
All right, thank you, Chris. STEM and agricultural students at Delaware State University have a new state-of-the-art facility. A ribbon cutting was held for the new hub for agricultural innovation and extension. Students, staff, and community members gathered to celebrate this center, focused on emerging technologies. And leaders say the $20 million investment will not only give students hands-on experience with advanced research, but will also benefit local farmers and the future of Delaware's agricultural industry.
This is really a game changer. The fact that these students can get on these instruments, it's really helping the greater community because farmers, local farmers can come. So we're giving back in a way that's going to have kind of an exponential impact.
$20 million hub, nearly a decade in the making, gives students access to robotics and other new technologies while providing a space to collaborate and innovate.
The time is now 5:53, and we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Okay, we have two of them here, Elisa. We've got two siblings on your screen. That's Mickey and Jates. These two were submitted to us by Ron and Wendy in Millsboro.
They look like they're plotting something. I don't know.
You have experience with that, don't you?
My dogs are all together. You never know. Well, we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
Yep, scan that QR code at the top. Get your friends to CoastTV News and then watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It is 5:56, and we are going to take another look at our very warm fall forecast.
So warm, it does not feel like a fall day today, the first full day of fall, Chris.
I know, right? I mean, we went to astronomical fall yesterday, but yeah, we're not going to be trending that way over the course of the next few days. Maybe taking a ride on the ferry this morning through the afternoon, looking pretty good. Partly cloudy skies to start, mostly sunny this afternoon. We'll see more of a southwest wind, about 5 to 15 miles an hour. We'll see a chance of showers and storms late Wednesday. Warm and humid through Thursday, 86 with a better chance. You could see an even isolated severe storm late Wednesday afternoon through Wednesday evening. We stay dreary, damp through Friday with periods of rain. Could start the weekend with an isolated shower there Saturday, but we do dry out and cool down through the start of next week.
All right, thank you, Chris. And coming up in our next hour, pop policy change, how Sussex County plans to assess its marijuana rules after recent action taken by Delaware Governor Matt Meyer. That and more when Coast TV News Today continues.